Hello and welcome to Vodafone Presents Ready for the Big League, partnered by CNBC TV 18. Now this is a very special show where we're putting the spotlight on 10 stellar emerging companies in India who are doing really good stuff in their own business areas. We're going to talk to them, we're going to get you to hear their stories, and then we're going to put them face to face with our advisory panel who will be giving them some input so that they can take their growth, their company to the next level. And as we flag off this, I'd like to call up our first company here. They are Ankur Scientific Energy Technologies Private Limited, established in 1986. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Ankur Jain, the Managing Director of Ankur Scientific Energy Technologies Private Limited.
Ankur Scientific Energy Technologies has been at the forefront of research and developmental activities in the area of non-conventional energy sources since 1986.
We are basically a clean energy company. We do biomass to energy solutions which are very clean and very cost effective.
The company has successfully developed and commercialized a wide range of biomass gasifiers, ranging from 5 kgs an hour to 2000 kgs an hour of biomass consumption.
We are doing a lot of very interesting things which have a lot of relevance in today's world. A, because energy prices are rising all the time. B, because there are a lot of people who don't have access to energy today. So some of the products we are building right now can help the bottom of the pyramid get access to clean, cheap energy.
Providing energy that is clean, green, sustainable and affordable is the vision that makes Ankur Scientific Energy Technologies an enviable player in the area of biomass to energy solutions.
Okay, so we've got a good idea of what your company is about. So I'd just like to go over to our jury, and if they have anything that they would like to ask. Rajneesh, if you want to start off.
So first of all, congratulations. I think it's the need of the hour in India at least. And I see that you exposed to 35 countries. That's what you mentioned earlier.
Right.
I was wondering, what about there are a lot of states in India that actually supports this. May not be the central government is of course supporting now, but from the state level, I think you get a lot of support from there. Have you ever thought of making this model from a B2B model to more from a B2C model to get it in the hands of the consumers? Have you thought from that angle? Because
well, we've been thinking about how to do this business all the time. But see, what happens is, in India, electricity is a state subject, right? So you had Electricity Act 2003 which came out, but each state needs to mandate that. Now, your ability to go to each state and get it done A, is difficult. B, if I look at the policies for biomass, you're still getting between 4 rupees to 7 rupees per kilowatt hour, right? And the biomass prices are not kind of meeting up to that level. So, which is the challenge today? So I believe the states are not going to take more expensive power because they don't have the money. The state electricity boards are not making money right now. So what needs to happen is the center needs to come up with a policy in some form like they did with the solar energy. That's the only way this is going to work. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to happen in the near future.
Okay.
Unless and until we actually see the government put in place a biomass policy to equate pricing with, with what you're talking about, do you see your business becoming even more dependent on exports? Because you're already, now you said 75% of your revenues come in from the export market. Do you believe that that could perhaps be 100% unless and until there is government intervention?
So, yeah, so just to kind of digress, there are two types of businesses that we do, right? We make a gasifier. Now the gasifier essentially is a reactor which breaks down a solid fuel into a gas, right? Now this gas you could use for power generation, and that is 70% of the business we do is power generation. But 30% of the business we do also is process heat. When we were doing only biomass gasifier, the challenge was that not enough biomass was available in some of these locations to allow a large company to buy equipment like this.
Right.
Which is why we got into coal now. So we are doing coal gasification and we are patenting that technology worldwide. I believe ours are the cleanest coal gasifiers in the world. There are coal gasifiers across the world, also in China. We are probably doing the cleanest way to do it. So I think that part of the business will dramatically expand in India. Power generation, so process heat will expand. Power generation will not expand till we have policy.
Okay, I guess that's just about the time that we have.
Sure,
Thank you so much, Ankur, for coming here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks.
I was really excited about this because it actually addresses a very fundamental need around both energy and climate change. I thought it was quite exciting what they were doing around converting biomass to energy. They're also expanding very aggressively globally into 40 countries, so I thought that's what made that quite exciting.
Our next company is Global Advertisers. They are a leading OOH advertising agency. I'm sure you must have seen their ads on the way, on all the hoardings on the way here. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Sanjeev Gupta to come up on stage from Global Advertisers. Hi.
Global Advertisers first caught the attention of the advertising fraternity with its below-the-railway platform wall paintings. Over the years, this outdoor advertising company has moved on to create innovative hoarding sites across Mumbai.
We are into customized outdoor media solution for outdoors from last 18 years.
Global Advertisers has also been the leading outdoor media partner for all major Bollywood and Hollywood films over the last 17 years.
This was very innovation, बहुत innovative था, बहुत challenging था to understand the brand, a very big exposure to understand the market day and night.
Global has created a niche for itself in out-of-home advertising. This company covers the gamut of outdoor media.
Sanjeev, welcome to the show. I'd like to come now to the jury so that I'm sure you have some questions. So if anybody would like to start off.
This is a space that is so ripe for innovation and especially incorporating technology into what you do, and especially mobile technology. Have you experimented with anything? Have you partnered with other companies to kind of give a... You mentioned that you're kind of moving more towards also providing a full-fledged agency. To what extent are you particularly using technology? Because that seems that's like such a big opportunity and ultimately essential in kind of maintaining relevance to clients as well.
Yeah. Few years back, we used to paint the hoardings, and one hoarding used to take 7 days to start the revenue, and that was really a wastage of time. After that, Flex took a space that was digital printing, which gave another mileage and go ahead of this thing. Now, electronic is coming on that. Digital displays are coming now, which we are even negotiating with government organizations, and we are trying to get it on board. And that will give a new exposure to our industry.
Okay. Yeah, Biju.
I'm told outdoor is one of the oldest mediums.
Yes,
but if you look at some of the new mediums, like the digital medium, and just before that the television medium, the measurement of that particular medium on how the consumers or audience is dealing with it is fairly robust and fairly advanced. But if you look at the way the efficiency of outdoor is done, there's no major science to it. Don't you think if you can focus a bit on that, and then, or what is that you think can be done to improve the sheer efficiency of measuring the efficiency of your medium?
You're very right that there is no measurement at present. But our organization, our association is working on it, and we are getting it online. And very soon you will see all the measurements.
Okay, I guess that's about all the time we have. Thank you so much, Sanjeev. Congratulations. Thank you for coming. Thanks.
I really like this company because they've really expanded beyond their core offering when they started. They started by just having one billboard, and they've moved now to 500 billboards, and as well have expanded both beyond outdoor media to both digital and TV, and have also expanded into new services like campaign management and execution. So I thought that was a great example of growing from your core.
Our next company is Chem Process Systems Private Limited. I'd like to invite Mr. Jayesh Parikh. He's the MD of the company.
Chem Process Systems are manufacturers of process equipment offering an array of customized solutions to chemical, pharmaceutical, petrochemical and water treatment.
We are a company who into thermal process equipment designing based on vacuum, heat transfer, evaporation, crystallization. And also we are into supplying complete turnkey plant for chemical, food process, fertilizers.
The company has always striven to adopt improved process technology in order to accommodate new equipment and methods into their existing plant structures.
We knew that we are very good at our subject, and based on this we realized there is a requirement in the market to have a newer idea, newer innovation.
Chem Process Systems has emerged as a market leader by offering quick, exceptional solutions in a technically challenging field.
So, Mr. Parikh, welcome to the show. I'll hand you over to the jury. I think, Prashant, you want to start?
Yeah, hi, how are you? Hi. Congratulations of being here.
Oh, thank you.
One of the questions we have is, what makes you so competitive? Is it your pricing? that you're able to deliver, the solution to the companies at a very low cost, or is it your technology?
It's both. We are very competitive in price-wise, and also our technology and innovation what we put in. Say for a vacuum side, we have three verticals. One is vacuum division, one is thermal separation, which is evaporation crystallizations, and one is power plant, where we call below the turbine systems. So all the three places are different same knowledge on equipment heat transfer, but we have different applications and different things. So we have to be competitive in power plant market, where we build the equipment for the major of the MNCs, all turbine condensers, vacuum system, vacuum pump. So there we are here. As far as the new innovation and technology is concerned, where we develop our own process plants, there we mark up very nicely. And on vacuum system, we are again very competitive because it's a small product. So all these three vertical together has given us growth in a very short span of only 10 to 12 years, about 120 crore. So we have to be both the ways.
Since you're talking about manufacturing in India and this government is talking about the whole Make in India plan, what has been the hardest part about setting up a manufacturing facility in this country? As a first generation entrepreneur.
Yes, when it comes to manufacturing in India, you need to be very, very competitive. Secondly, manufacturing in India, it doesn't happen overnight. Even if I manufacture, I was just talking to the people here, all the logistics, the infrastructures, all these things will again a part of manufacturing in India. Can we do that? Here, even if I have to export something, we have lots of struggle at the port, at the logistics, even importing some material. So there are many things. On manpower side, yes, we have lots of manpower. If you really treat them very well, if you've got good CSR, if you've got good HR, manpower is not a problem. Let me tell you, Indian laborers are really good. Only the thing is you have to look after them very well. You have to treat them well. They are excellent staff.
Thank you so much, Mr. Parekh. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you for your time.
I like this company a lot, and I was quite excited because I think they're real innovators in manufacturing. They're one of the few companies we saw with a big manufacturing focus. They're both innovators in process technology. They seem to have actually a very established set of Indian customers, and we're actually preparing to expand internationally. And so I thought that was a very, a fantastic opportunity.
All right, our next company is Midaske Pharmaceuticals. They're a leading pharmaceutical company touching lives of millions across India, Asia, the Middle East, Europe, Africa, and America. Mrs. Sangeeta Gupta, the MD, can I have you on stage, please, ma'am?
Midas Care is one of India's most dynamic and youthful pharmaceutical companies. The company strives to ensure that their R&D, manufacturing services and products across healthcare, personal care, home care and auto care help create better lives and increased value.
Basically, company की beginning जो हुई थी वो aerosol से हुई थी, but pharma aerosol से हुई थी. There was no company to manufacture this kind of product, but Midas Care started this kind of product also.
Midas Care's attention to their consumers' needs and reformulation of their products to help protect the environment make them one of India's fastest growing pharmaceutical companies.
और आगे जाना है. ये तो हमारी बिगनिंग है. अभी तो ये शुरुआत है. हमने अभी एक्चुअली स्टार्ट किया है देखना मिडास केयर को अच्छी तरह से.
Thank you for coming here. Congratulations for being here. We'll go over to our jury. If it's any questions here.
Sure. After so much struggle, what keeps you going every day?
What is it?
What keeps you going every single day to fight all these battles?
Burning desire.
Yeah, Madam, first of all, congratulations on taking on this challenge and then trying to solve it very well. एक question है मेरे तरफ से कि you said you address the consumers and the consumer challenges and you're trying to create a market over there. How do you understand what is required by the consumer? How do you place yourself in the shoes of the consumer at the first, and how do you then create a market?
See, sometime I see कि मेरे near dear जो है वो किस problem से गुजर रहे हैं, तो वो चीज़ एक समझनी पड़ती है. कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं कि जो हम लोग कुछ ग्रुप में बैठ करके सर्वे करते हैं जिसके लिए आम पब्लिक डिस्कस नहीं कर पा रही है. जैसे कि एक सिंपल प्रोडक्ट है क्लीन एंड ड्राई, जिसमें फीमेल कभी भी डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहेगी उसके बारे में. नॉट इवन हस्बैंड, नॉट इवन ब्रदर, नॉट इवन सिस्टर, नॉट इवन डॉटर ऑल्सो. दे डोंट वांट टू डिस्कस, एंड वो अकेले रहते हो परेशान है उसमें. उसका सॉल्यूशन हम लोग टीवी में लेके आके उसको समझा करके हम उसको बता रहे हैं लोगों को. मीन्स हर टाइम हम अभी भी देखते हैं कि ऐसी कौन सी प्रॉब्लम है जिसको लोग डिस्कस भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, तो वो हम नई चीज ढूंढते हैं.
Thank you so much, man. Congratulations again.
I thought this was a great company because they've committed to growing by also being very socially responsible. They're also playing in a very high potential space of pharmaceuticals. They've been recognized for being socially responsible both by CNN as well as UNDP. And they're actually in the process of expanding beyond India already to Asia, Africa, and Europe.
Our next company is a logistics company that started off as an ocean forwarder, went on to offer air forwarding, custom clearances, warehousing and other services too. 7 Seas Global Express Logistics Private Limited, and I'd like to invite Mr. Biju Thomas, the MD, up on stage, please.
7 Seas Global Express Logistics started off as an ocean forwarder and slowly got into air forwarding and currently handles import-export by air and ocean, customs clearances as well as warehousing and distribution.
We are one of the largest Indian freight forwarding company in the international freight forwarding arena, and we are also into express cargo movement with warehousing as a additional facility.
7 Seas offers services to and from countries across the globe and follows the adage, we are small enough to know you and big enough to serve you.
When I was doing my shipping career, so we thought it would be better we enter into this, and probably there is a good opportunity. I mean, I was right, and then we've really grown from scratches from 2000 onwards.
Biju, congratulations. Welcome to the show. On that note, I'd like to just get in the jury. I'm sure they'd have some questions on that.
What are the key differentiators? Because this is a fairly fragmented market, though we are beginning to see some signs of consolidation in this market. What differentiates you from the others in this segment? Pricing clearly cannot be the key differentiator for you. You've started to use technology. How would you say that you're different from your competitors today?
Yeah. Of course, technology. As I said, we are going to bring in a lot of technology into it. What we say normally is a new generation logistics company to one out here the Pringles on the logistics managers forehead. So it is actually technology is only can help in terms of taming the pilferage, taming the theft, and giving on-time informations, real-time informations. That's the buzzword. I think real-time information is what any customer wants. He should be able to see the cargo. In fact, we are planning to have cameras in all the warehouses and see live. A customer will be able to see the cargo live. What's happening in the warehouse? Where is my cargo going? From the very beginning till the end, he should be able to track his cargo on his computer at any time. Any point of time, the truck stops somewhere, he should be able to get an alert. So that he should be aware that there's no theft. He should be able to call the driver or whatever.
So, do you have any question, Biju, for our jury, for our panel?
Okay, right. How do you see this logistics industry in the coming days? And you've been experienced in the finance and dealing with a lot of companies. Do you think that people will seriously look at logistics? Do you think that the companies and banks and funding will come through, or will they be looking as seriously?
So let's talk to Prashant.
Yeah, so we've invested in 3 companies where the core of the business is logistics, and a lot of it is what you talked about, the last mile delivery. We've got a food business where it's all about the last mile. We've got a furniture business which is also very local. So I think that first of all, there's a very, very growing need, and I think that need has been recognized by the investment community. I think the thing that you will have to invest in is things like data analytics, real-time information that would limit and curtail the pilferage, but also invest on the sort of local to hyper-local areas. There's a lot of quote-unquote digital companies that are coming up, like Delivery and a bunch of others that are very focused in this segment. You seem to have years of real experience. I think you should make sure that you don't lose out on this last mile, opportunity that I think that's going to only grow with the growth of this economy.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations again. Thank you. Thanks.
Seven Seas is playing in a very exciting space, I think, because they're playing in third-party logistics, which I think has a great opportunity to grow given e-commerce and the growth of that in India. They've also expanded quite rapidly. They only started in 2001, and they've already moved to 16 locations. So I was really impressed by the scale of their growth in such a short period of time.
Now, the next company is Car Technologies. They're a Chennai-based SAP consulting company that has achieved many milestones in the 8 years since it came into being. I'd like to invite Mr. Maran Nagarajan, Chairman and Vision Holder of the company.
CarTech is a global SAP consulting company with a stated vision to transform customer organizations by offering best-in-class SAP services.
We help businesses transform themselves, optimize themselves, get more efficient, and build a lot of efficiency within the system using tools like SAP.
True to its vision, CarTech has achieved market dominance and supremacy in SAP consulting across Gulf Cooperation Council countries.
To become an entrepreneur was a dream and a passion for quite some time. We started this company. SAP is what we knew best, and we did SAP Consulting. That's how we started SAP Consulting.
The unique combination of entrepreneurial spirit, technical prowess, grit and a world-class team has distinguished CarTech as a business to be reckoned with.
Let's go over to our panel for some questions that they might have for you. Yeah, Valerie?
Have you ever thought about diversifying into product as well? And I know that can be, I would argue you should be one or be the other and do it well, but it's a very common question that technology entrepreneurs in India ask themselves is kind of playing both sides of product and service. Have you thought about that?
Definitely. We have a very clear product strategy. We attempted this 4 years ago, but then we really burnt our fingers because we did not plan the go-to-market. We thought building the product was everything. Like everybody makes a mistake, we made the big mistake, and we realized by burning huge money that building the product is nothing. It's taking to the market, which means everything. So now we have learned our lessons. So now we are in the process of raising capital. We are in the process of raising a private equity funding. So the primary objective is to build IP and build products, SaaS-based products. And yes, he was talking about the predictive analytics. That is where we are investing in, especially on the sales as a horizontal.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I have a question. So, are you focused on the resource augmentation model, or are you moving away from the typical SI model of resource augmentation to pure play, nice, good niche consulting and go from there?
It's really a wonderful question because historically this is the undoing for many big IT services company, driving the whole linear growth model with increased manpower, increased revenue. So we have realized this fact and we are not going that route. Already our revenue per employee is far higher than the tier 1 companies. Now we are targeting and benchmarking ourselves against the product development companies, which is upwards of 100,000, 200,000 or $500,000 or even that kind of spectrum revenue per employee. So the way we are trying to do this is to develop an ecosystem of both principals and also the delivery partners, thereby and also building IP. So it's a multiple strategy that we need to adapt, which we are doing to get to the revenue per employee far higher than the services company, traditional services company.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maran. Thanks, dear. Congratulations.
Car has done a great job, I think, of growing by really focusing on their core of SAP solutions. They're serving a range of customers in different industries as well as a range of solutions. They've also been recognized, I think, in a space where we've also got a lot of larger players. So it's exciting to see a smaller, mid-sized player make a mark in an industry where you've got so many larger competitors.
Our next company is Satkar Logistics Private Limited. They are a Delhi-based logistics company which is offering services for sea, air, road and rail transport. I'd like to invite Amanpreet Singh Bawa, the MD of the company.
The Satkar Group is one of the leading multimodal logistics service providers in India. Based on requirements, the company provides customized, cost-effective logistics transportation as well as logistics to clients.
What Satkar technically does is that, we take care of the entire process. We offer a one-stop shop kind of arrangement to the client.
Keeping their customers a priority and helping to deliver the best logistical solutions, ensuring end-to-end service has made Satkar Logistics a conspicuous presence in both domestic and overseas markets.
You know, Satkar today has a fleet of about 150 trailers with a owned custom house agent's license, about 8 container yards where we store and repair containers, and about a 5,000 container fleet of shipping containers which are moved to Gulf and Southeast Asian countries.
So, Amanpreet, I've seen the profile. It's the 10th year, I believe now, 2005. It started now at 2015. Let's go over to our panel. Biju, sorry, yeah.
Your industry is not one of those industries where MBAs from Ivy League would come in. And you have extremely hardworking, maybe not so literate people working. That's your strength. With those people, how do you build a certain culture? Because as you're becoming a company that is bigger and bigger, I'm sure culture is very important. But how do you build a culture among these sort of people?
So first of all, when I started this company, I had 2 freshers on roll. So, they are still there. So that's like a, retainship of 10 years. And if you look at, the people who have stayed in the company, that's close to 90%, which is the best in itself. And, as we progressed, as we graduated from a transporter to a custom clearing agent or a freight forwarder or, an NVOCC, we picked up people from the same trade. So, the idea is to bring in the same knowledge and, add the passion to it which we have, and a mix of both. So that keeps the older guys also running. They know that, this is something we have to do because we have new people coming on roll. We have options here. So now we have close to about 250 employees, on roll in all the companies. We've, segregated our setup into different companies. Earlier it was just one company, so we've added dimension by, putting in different companies and different services, all held by the same company. So we try to restore our manpower as much as possible and educate them on how you can do things better as the time passes.
Okay.
Quick question, and this, everybody's asked you about what differentiates you from your competitors and what is your USP. But if I could draw a parallel, for instance, with the aviation sector, and from a customer's point of view, when you talk about Indigo, it's a company or an airline that provides you best on-time performance. If I were to ask you about Satkar Logistics, what does Satkar Logistics stand for?
As I said it earlier, it's a company which would offer cost-effective, on-time services backed by its own infrastructure, not relying on the market fleet of containers or trailers. So we have a more on-time, accurate, backup which can report you and let you know that what's the status of the cargo.
Thank you, Aman. Congratulations. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks.
Satkar, I think, is again a great story of expanding their business from their core. They actually moved from really being a logistics provider to actually moving to sea shipping and multimodal shipping. And they've expanded again beyond India into Africa and other parts of Asia. So I thought that was an exciting view of how to move your business from your core into new services.
Now our next company is Detection Instruments India Private Limited, which is a Mumbai-based company that specializes in the design, manufacture and maintenance of fire and gas detection systems and portable gas detectors. I'd like to invite Mr. Kishore Digvekar, the MD of the company.
Detection Instruments India specializes in design, manufacture and maintenance of highly reliable fire and gas detection systems and portable gas detectors.
We started this company about 26 years ago, and we focus on integrated fire and gas detection systems. These are safety instrumented systems for providing safety to process plants.
The company has techno-commercial tie-ups with several highly reputed leading manufacturers of safety, process and security products worldwide.
So we started with a lot of challenges, and the awareness of safety in the industry itself was a major challenge. But that's the whole fun of being an entrepreneur, that you get the opportunity to try and figure out the challenge and try and overcome those challenges.
Anyone from the panel? Let's go over to the panel. Yeah, Valerie first.
Where do you see the growth markets for your business? Is it is there just such a constant growth in the current industrial side, or is it maybe even, I don't know, branching into, say, real estate developments or anything like that, where there might be a different kind of solution, but where you can leverage your expertise?
Right, that's an excellent question. We see growth, first of all, in the niche area in which we operate, because they are going to invest between $80 to $120 billion in oil and gas and petrochemicals alone in the next 5 years in India. So this is going to generate enormous amount of opportunities for people like us. But yes, you are absolutely right. There are opportunities for us to get into more what we call as the commercial segment. So the 5-star hotels like this, or ships, or mines, or pharmaceutical companies, or fertilizer companies. Everybody requires safety systems. And the norms in India are becoming more and more stringent. Governments are becoming more and more demanding. And the owners themselves are becoming more and more aware and alert, and they need to have state-of-the-art technology-based safety solutions. So we see an enormous amount of opportunity in India, but in order to achieve our objectives and targets, we are looking for about $50 million, 3 to 5 years horizon from now. From currently $12 million is what we do. So we are also trying to expand into the Middle Eastern market, because oil and gas is very big in Middle East. Eventually we would also get into the Central Asian countries, in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. There is oil there. So yeah, this is it's a big country, there's a big world, there's a lot of opportunity we see. Absolutely huge.
Rajneesh?
Yeah, I have a question. So I gather that you are in the niche area of sensing business, right? In the sensors. Have you ever thought of expanding into the world of IoT? Because that's something again, the Internet of Things. Have you thought about
things? Yes.
Have you thought about those lines? Because that's something that you can expand even horizontally as well.
Absolutely. See, most of the products that we use, they use some kind of a protocol to communicate. Some of them have now started using Internet protocol. So the sensors and the detectors that we would be using, eventually there will be a time. First of all, they'll go wireless. Secondly, they will be communicating over via IP. So there is a kind of an Internet of Things, IoT, in our business. There is an opportunity. But to be very honest and frank, we have not really we have not dived very deep into that, and we need to do that. But that's a very good lead for us to work on. But we are definitely looking at wireless technology. So all the sensors in the plant would be communicating with the control room completely wirelessly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It has been very, very exciting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Detection is actually exciting. It's focused on engineering services. They've got a number of the major customers in India, the who's who, as their customers. They've been growing at 40% a year over the last 3 years, and are actually now looking to build a stable of international customers based on their strength in engineering services.
Our next company is called Smart India Private Limited. They were formed in 1998. They provide water, air, energy and waste management solutions in India and across the globe. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Karunakara Reddy. He's the founder and CMD.
Smart India are pioneers in providing water, air, energy and waste management solutions using the latest state-of-the-art technology at an affordable cost.
See, Smart India is into end-to-end water and wastewater solutions. Especially we are focusing eco-friendly, user-friendly, non-chemical, affordable technologies which we can be able to address the basic problem and essential need of this country. So I observed if water is the basic and it is going to be an important role in the day-to-day life of a common man. So I seen that, I want to have a sustainable solution for this day-to-day life, especially in a rural area.
With more than 15,000 water, waste treatment and purification plants across pan-India and the globe, Smart India has proven their worth in a global playing field.
Let's go over to the panel for some questions that you would have for him. Rajneesh?
Yeah, I have a question. So where are you present now? Is it only in Andhra Pradesh or are you present across other parts of the country?
I'm pan-India and also my products are working in 33 countries.
So, Mr. Reddy, do you have any questions for our panel?
Yeah. Only one question for all the 5 people. See, that's in India, we are losing approximately 79 million man hours, which is a very big number. Every day we are losing 1,600 people just because of waterborne diseases. Okay, I am unable to reach because India 1 million villages like my village. Okay, 80+% people doesn't have safe drinking water, and plus other things like sanitation and all these things we have a lot. So only one question. Anyone say, give me some best advice. How can I reach? I just reach only 3,000 communities.
How can he take the company? How can he take his product to the rest of India?
We have involvement. I don't have any experience in understanding the problem of water, but definitely we work in the area of sanitation. And I can tell you one thing: a lot of problems are definitely causing, like you said, they are clearly leading to deaths in villages. But when we go deep into the villages, you realize that people actually don't relate a death of a child to the water problem. Experts like you or the health experts might believe it, but that linkage is not really clear in the mind.
Yeah.
A lot of people, unless you create that particular linkage.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This company is really fulfilling a vital need around clean water. They're working really closely with both their suppliers and the community at large. They were amongst the first to put in a water treatment facility in Andhra Pradesh. I think a really great story of a company that's growing by also addressing a vital society need.
And right, so we're down to our final company this afternoon. This company is called 4G Identity Solutions. 4G Identity Solutions. They're a provider of large-scale identity management solutions leveraging smart cards and biometric technologies, including the world's biggest civil ID project, which is India's unique ID, Aadhaar. I'd like to invite on stage Dr. Srini Tipuraneni, Chairman and CEO. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced the last name. Dr. Srini Tipuraneni. He's the Chairman and CEO of 4G Identity Solutions.
4G Identity Solutions are pioneers in providing large-scale identity management solutions, leveraging smart cards and biometric technologies.
We are a company which is focusing totally into identity management solutions with another specialization in biometrics and smart card applications.
4G ID specializes in end-to-end identity management solutions and system integration in civil ID, homeland security and law enforcement for government, corporate banking and defense sectors.
4G Identity Solutions actually built up a lot of civil applications in country in India. The applications involved not only considering governance sector, was also for the private sector in the security domain. And we have also done a lot of applications for the police, for computerizing the police stations across the state in Karnataka.
4G ID has redefined the ID management business space by providing thought leadership and proof of concepts that lead to the world's largest ID programs.
Let's go over to the panel now for some questions. I definitely want someone's input on technology, because he says, technology was always considered to be only seen in James Bond movies, and the government was not so open to it at that time. Prashant.
Doc, you're already running the world's largest biometric ID company. Where do you go from here, and what do you need? I don't know how many people can make these claims anywhere in the world. So where do you take the company from here, and what do you need to get there?
After our successful project implementations in India, so we ventured into the global market. So there is a big space I found, especially in the system integrations in identity space. So many countries are looking forward for a pure play identity management companies who can provide end-to-end solutions. Traditionally, all these big IT SI companies like the big giants, they are providing the solutions, but they are not focusing on this thing. Actually, they are the general IT companies. Their turnaround time to implement a project is more than 6 months. And so when it comes to us, and we can implement any national scale project of a national ID in less than a month's time. So we entered into the global market. We started our office in Dubai, and now we are working actively in the African and Middle Eastern markets.
Worried were you when the UPA lost the election and Nandan Nilekani lost the election, and there was all this talk about the Aadhaar card being done away with?
No, like actually, so UPA used this Aadhaar for some of their, pet project and an election, but it's not the one party or one thing, right? It's the problem of the evil government If you look at it, and so public distribution system is a state subject, and every government is facing this big challenge of leakages in the. And today, the politicians are questioned by the citizens when they are not receiving their welfare aids, and when the politicians goes to the villages. So I'm not getting my ration, I'm not getting my NREGS funds, kind of thing, and they are bound to do so this thing actually. So taking the governance to the doorsteps of the citizen is nowadays very, very important actually.
So, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Srini. Thank you. Congratulations again. Thank you.
4G is actually, I think, in a great space, given the move towards digital. They're focused on identity management. Already have customers like Aadhaar, and are working on a number of other government initiatives. They've also been recognized by the World Economic Forum as a technology innovator. So I think a great opportunity for a company based in India to go global.
The evening's proceedings wound up with felicitating the top 10 entrepreneurs chosen from thousands to feature on the Vodafone Ready for the Big League show.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Big thank you to all the 10 companies, to our panel. Before we wind up, just would like to say, once again, big thank you to everyone who's come here, and we really hope, we wish the very best to these 10 emerging companies, and we do hope and we are sure we will see you very soon in the big league. Thank you so much, Rajneesh, Valerie, Shireen, Biju and Prashant. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.